Alright, so today we're going to do a little Fusion 360 CAD modeling. My girlfriend has this toothbrush. She wants a wall mount that can hold the head separately from the body. Because when you rinse it off, you don't want these to be together because it's going to trap all the moisture. So let's take some measurements, jump into Fusion, and see what we can come up with. Alright, so we're here in Fusion. Alright, so we're here in Fusion. Let's... Alright, so we're here in Fusion. The way I want to do this is I kind of want to make a cross section of a clip and then extrude it out in order to hold that. So start a sketch. I'm thinking we'll start with a circle because this head's kind of circular. So I think we're going to start with a circle and cut a section out of it. Luckily the head is bigger than the rest. Looks like there's a small taper, very low grade gradual taper here. So we'll start with 8 point. I don't want it to be too tight. We can have it a little loose because it's gonna hit the head of the toothbrush. So let's see. Probably about 9.25 feels good. So alright, let's throw some lines in here. Let's see if we can get a good pitch going. So we'll just drag this out to here, tap X for construction line, throw a construction line up the middle. X again for normal line, and we're going to actually mirror this across. So let's mirror that object across this line here. Okay. And let's dimension this. So D for dimension. Now let's try 70. See how 70 looks. That seems good because this is going to flex to allow that in. So let's grab this outer layer here. Oh, we don't want to dimension that. Grab this outer layer here. We're going to offset it about, because we want to maintain this inner diameter. Let's see, what's a good thickness for this thing? Let's say 2.5 mils. 2.5 mils, that wide open. I feel like that's going to be okay. Alright, we'll see. We can prototype. We can prototype all we want. So let's throw this up here. We got the correct constraint automatically. That up there. And let's extrude this to probably about there, maybe a little less. Yeah, let's just do, because I want to be able to stick a screw in the back to hold this in the wall. So maybe let's go allow ourselves some room. Let's go 19 mils. Alright, we do want this to be able to flex. It should be just flexible enough as it is, but this isn't quite gonna work. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna construct an offset plane off of this, head to the back. So what was our Yeah, we don't need to be super precise with where this is as long as it's close. 7mm looks good to me. Sketch here. Now we're gonna add our mount. Let's do a center point rectangle from there. That looks fine to me. Let's actually spread it out. Yeah, I'll spread it out to 20 mils. Yeah, that's okay. Extrude it out this way. Join. Because we do want some overlap. I think we can just throw the hole right in the middle. I'm going to throw a construction line in across just so we know for sure where our midpoint is. This is going to be the back of the hole. So let's extrude an actual hole. Get out of the construction line, tap C for circle. Center point circle, that is. Do we want to make this big enough for a thumbtack, or do we want to use a drywall screw? I think we kind of want to use a drywall screw. Just straight through the back there. So let me see if I can just grab one and measure it really fast, because I don't remember the dimensions. Sure, this should be good enough. So we have a head of about just over 8 mils, 8.1/4, and then outer diameter of the threads is about 4 mils with a countersink at the top. So here's what we're gonna do. We want this one to be just over 4 mils because we don't want the threads to bind in the hole and kind of tear it up and spin it around. So let's just do a 5mm hole. Extrude it all the way through here. Okay. I think that should print fine. And then let's chamfer this. It's got kind of weird geometry, but I think it should be okay. Ooh. Our limit's about 3, which makes sense because we have 2.5 thickness on here. And I think we want that little gap there. This gap here. Alright. I'm cool with that hole. Now granted, this is not an actual countersink. This is like shaped a little bit like an oval, which should be fine. And we want to make sure we can get the screw in the hole from the front. So let's go ahead and, before we even worry about that hole, because I might just throw this onto the command strip or something, let's actually just prototype, print this, make sure that the head actually fits. So we're going to fillet most of these edges so that it clicks in and out nice and smooth. Let's see, what else do we want? I'll fillet all those, fillet the outer edges. We do want to maintain these. Actually, let's grab those, see what it looks like. So we'll fillet. Let's do a mill, see how that looks. That doesn't look that bad. I kind of like that. Okay, I'm cool with that fillet. Now let's see, where is the strain going to be? The strain will be right about here, this region right here. So maybe we need to cut into this a tiny bit. Let's do that. We'll grab a center point rectangle. About like that. This doesn't need to be too precise. And then let's extrude that one and that one down through here to split it. Okay. I just hope that's enough material here that it will grab. So maybe also let's just add a little bit of meat on these sides in these kind of wedges here. Let's do that. Let's see, what do we want for that? If we're creating a sketch up here, it should make separate geometry for us here. So let's just do another center rectangle. Draw it out to where we like. Probably about there. And great, we can extrude these. Let's just extrude those down. Extent type to object. That plane. That looks good to me. Okay. Okay, that's all one solid face. This is looking okay to me. I think I am just going to use a command strip, stick it on the wall with a command strip. I don't want to really sink something in my rental. So let's see. See if we can also fillet these a little bit just to make a nice round part. Let's get these guys in the crevice here. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, fillet. Let's try 1 mil, see how it reacts. That looks good. Nice. We don't want, this looks a little chunky to me, so I'm also going to fillet this top edge to the back, but not the back itself. We'll just do a super small, subtle one on these. This is going to be the top, so that's kind of all we really want to worry about. Let's do 0.5. Half a mil. I mean, that'll barely even be, that's like a 2.5 layers. So let's see if I can handle 1. Alright, that actually looks pretty cool. Hopefully maybe she can click it in and out. She's also going to be pulling it out from inside. So I think, actually I think we're okay with this. We're okay with this for a prototype at the very least. I'm going to print it on this side. So actually let's save this as toothbrush head holder. Let's go home use, save, and then I'll export this as an STL file. Print tools, now we're gonna throw it here. Let's do toothbrush clip. I am probably gonna stick with this print profile because the dimensions we're dealing with are so small here. Let's lay on face, choose the top. Just because we have this little tiny overhang here, which I'll fix that after we've prototyped this one, because right now we're pretty much just going to click this toothbrush head in and out and make sure it works. So let's, actually that's a little excessive. Let's go 0.16 high quality slice. Yeah, 15-minute print time. So yeah, let's cut to the printing. Alright, so now we're done printing with this part. I think let's give it a try. Okay, that goes on and off way easier, especially the higher up you are, and it holds it just fine. So I think I'm cool with this design. I'll try it out, and it's also a plus that we printed it in that orientation, because now we have the texture from the PEI plate on the back, and that'll help with adhering this to the wall using the adhesive foam. So I'm gonna call this one good, and maybe I'll make another revision eventually, but for now this is perfectly fine with me. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something. If you have any other suggestions, something you want me to make for you, I can do that. Just leave a comment and I will see what I can come up with. Thanks for watching.